Dan Willis here, and we're talking about Viking Client Services, a third-party collection agency, and what they're called in the industry is a junk debt buyer. This means they purchase the collection rights to your debt, your account, for just pennies on the dollar, but they purchased it from the original creditor, the original lender, or another collection agency. That's how they've come to get a hold of your information. They have two locations located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, along with Phoenix, Arizona. And we should mention here before we go through the steps to dealing with them, we are not affiliated, associated, or have any connection with Viking Client Services. And there's really a few steps. The first and most important and most relevant one is for the vast majority of consumer debts, you're not legally responsible for repayment forever. Typically, it's about 7 years. This comes in to the statute of limitations, and that will depend directly upon where you reside, my friend. So the first point is the statute of limitations. After that time window expires, the debt is forgiven. You're no longer legally responsible for repayment, and that should be a relatively easy item to get off your credit report. The second point is debt validation. If your debt is within the statute of limitations, the legal time window, you please request debt validation. And what this is going to do is it's going to require Viking Client Services to show you and provide you with the evidence and the documents that proves they own your account, they can collect payment on it. If they don't validate your debt, again, the debt it's no longer legitimate. You don't have to pay the debt. If it is validated, please, please, please do not just pay the full amount that they're contacting you about. They purchased your account for a fraction of the balance that they're contacting you about. And what this means is you can often negotiate and settle the debt for much, much, much less. And a big asterisk here, in exchange for your payment, you must get Viking Client Services to agree that they'll stop reporting your account information to the credit bureaus. Otherwise, and if you just pay, that'll change that collection on your credit report from an unpaid collection to a paid collection. A paid collection does not build credit. That's not a positive item to have on your credit report by any means. So please make sure you get an agreement from them that in exchange for your payment, they'll stop reporting your account. Because to get this item off your credit reports, all three of your credit reports, you're going to have to file a dispute, a credit bureau dispute directly with each of the three major credit bureaus, assuming that it's on all three of your credit reports. And the credit bureaus are going to, once they deem your dispute valid, then they'll investigate the item. And what they do with this is they contact Viking Client Services, ask them to validate and verify your account. And as per your settlement agreement, if they've agreed to stop reporting your account information, then your debt won't be validated, it won't be verified when the credit bureaus investigate. And the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the same law that entitles you to dispute any item on your credit report, also says that any item on your credit report that cannot be verified by law must be removed. So you don't just have to live with this, and if you decide not to pay them, there's two things that can happen beyond the statute of limitations expiring. They can sell your debt to yet another collection agency who will tack on some fees, and they also have the right to report bad credit about you, the new collection agency. But worst of all, and this is a worst case situation, you can be sued in a civil court for really any debt. And if you get sued, you can wind up with a judgment on your credit report. We'll talk much more about that here in the future. So please subscribe and join our YouTube congregation. And if you'd like a free, no obligation credit consultation, you can call toll free 1-855-655-9869. Again, that's for a free, no obligation credit consultation, and the toll-free phone number is 1-855-655-9869. This is Dan Willis. Please have a fantastic day. Please also visit the link in the description below over to an article at our website for some more about Viking Client Services. We also have a free report available there, the 7 super simple steps to clean credit. Please have a wonderful day, and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.